Loading. All right, says that we are live. Let's check the pages. Let me guess. Everybody else is
We're
live but
live.
me. Why is
Yep.
it only me that's not live?
Probably because you're just slow.
Caden,
Sorry.
is that
Dude, you
nice?
had a whole week to get it together.
I haven't been mentally prepared.
Hit the gas pedal, brother.
Dude, all gas, no brakes.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what, guys?
Hey, I got it to work. I'm live.
Okay, I think I'm officially live now as well. All right, and let's go. 3, 2, 1, bam.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Wednesday night Liberty Base Live? Let's get this. Share it to your friends and your family. Tonight is a very special night. Tonight is about change. And change is an essential and inevitable part of life, influencing personal growth, adaptability, and overall well-being. Here are some important aspects to consider about change. Change often prompts a self-reflection, leading to increased self-awareness and personal development. And tonight, you're going to see the development of a new Liberty Base Live. And we want you to get in the comments and tell us what you think. Because in 4 minutes, it's going down. Because facing change teaches us to adapt and to persevere, even in the face of adversity. Each challenge provides a valuable lesson that contributes to the resilience and the adaptability. But by embracing these changes, it can lead to new experiences and opportunities that we might not have encountered otherwise. It propels us out of complacency and to keep us pushing the challenges of status quo. And in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, you're going to watch Liberty Base Live episode 67. Change often presents us with new problems and decisions to navigate. But by embracing this change, we're going to develop problem-solving and decision-making skills, learning to think outside that box and come up with creative and innovative solutions, which also encourages the growth mindset. By adapting a growth mindset, it allows us to change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat. This perspective enables us to benefit and learn from both positive opportunities and unwelcome challenges. And in 2 minutes, Liberty Base Live, episode 67. The change is here. The change is now. Embracing change through sometimes challenging can lead to be more fulfilling and enriched life. If you're interested in exploring strategies to navigate change effectively or having a specific question, we're here to ask. But tonight, we ask you for This Week in Audio to share. Tonight is about change. And we're going to change the format a little bit. And we're going to have fun. And we need to know what you think about it. Because tonight, as always, let's line the boys up. Are you ready? We have the one and only TikTok sensation who swept the nation, and there's no imitation of Tyler, the basshead mechanic, Moore. And then we have Robert, TCP Williams. You know, the one who's married to the real loud one. Traumatic Sounds. He's got tricks. And welcome. You know, that 18-year-old who's really, really loud, Mr. X Boomin, Mr. Caden Petrie, the diabolical guy who wears fake hair, who just don't care, whose thoughts are way out there, Mr. Mini Trucker 88, Mr. Noise Complaint Blaine Hastings. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, running this show, Mr. Jace Fennell. Everybody, share out the stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week of Days of Our Audio, episode number 67. As you guys can see, we are changing things up. Now, before I get too crazy into what we are changing up exactly and stuff, what you are seeing right now is a sample, and that's what this whole stream is going to be about. We are going to get feedback from you guys, ask you what you want in the future in these live streams so we can implement it. We have already got a roadmap, though, and I'm going to tell you guys, I think you are going to love it. We are going to make this content enjoyable for you to watch at later dates as well, which I'm super excited about. But before I get into all of that amazing, amazing stuff, I got to introduce the boys here real quick. Caden, what's going on, brother? You having fun this week?
Oh, you know it. Just living the dream.
Anything exciting going on that we need to know about?
Waiting on that down for sound shipment to go unload it.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that's
I'm
topic for
saying.
later on in this video, but it's
Just
spicy,
saying.
boys. It's
They don't
spicy.
leak it.
I don't know. Hey, listen.
I'm
You
just
bringing it up,
saying.
though. All right. Before we get into that, we got the one and only Robert TCP Williams, a.k.a. Traumatic Sounds on YouTube. Brother, what did you get into this week?
Dude, I had one of the best weekends I've had in probably years this weekend. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but and I don't want to be too long-winded, but this weekend my wife and I went to the We Are Not Alone show in North Carolina. It was for mental health awareness as well as raising money for Dakota to help him rebuild his shop. We took home a little bit of hardware right here.
Ooh,
My
what you got there?
That's 2 of 5. That's just 2 of 5, just so you know. These are just the
Woo!
coolest ones. So my wife's built 12 Sundown ZV6s with 12 JP 2300s. Took home this really neat award. That's an actual album inside this case. It's cased in. And that is
That is sharp, actually. I'm digging that.
46 hertz
I
to
have put on my
61 hertz for 90 seconds average. She did a 57, so 157 average.
Shoo.
And then the one that you see behind me, she actually let me run her build, and I did 13 hertz to 26 hertz. And those ZV6s were
Yeah.
loving 13 hertz. When I tell you they were loving it, I'm talking, I was going to turn it up another tilt. I had the bass knob all the way up already. I was already full tilt. So I turned the head unit up some more. And we ended up doing a 55 average for 90 seconds,
Hell yeah, buddy.
26 hertz. So we took home both board. She got lowest frequency played of the day. She got loudest at 20 hertz for the day. And she got loudest wall.
Hell yeah, dude. I think we're going to dive into that
Nice.
a little later
The
on.
real loud one.
Yeah.
The real loud one. Yeah, because that's a whole other topic. Tyler, my friend, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Are you living the dream?
Oh, of course, man. I'm trying to. These tariffs aren't letting me, though, so.
Ooh, another
brother.
great topic that we're going to get into later on during the stream.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm super excited. We've got 39 active viewers right now. I freaking love you guys. Hit that share button because what you're about to see is a very different live stream than we've ever done before, and we want feedback. We want input. What do you want to see? So stay tuned, okay? And I've got a really awesome announcement that I'm going to make after we introduce Mr. Blaine Hastings. Blainester,
Yo.
Mini Trucker 88. How have you been, buddy?
Boom, boom.
You had a whole week off. What did you do with all your free time?
Side hustle.
Oh, nice. Making that bread?
I wish.
It's a thought that counts.
But just hanging out. Been scoping the old interwebs, seeing what's the in and out of car audio going on. There's a lot of juicy things going on. very interested.
I think we're gonna get into that here soon.
I
But-
think so.
But now, I got to make one awesome announcement real quick. I actually didn't even prep the boys for this one. This is kind of we found this out end of last week, and I wanted to wait to make a post about it until we got everybody on the live stream. So again, if you guys are watching this right now, please do me a favor, hit that share button, because I guarantee it, somebody you knew watched this stream and partook of this very special moment. So if you guys can recall, last year in December, we were reached out to by a great friend of ours. Her name is Connie. You guys are not familiar with Connie. She is one of the best USAC judges in the United States, in my opinion. You can have your opinion, but in my opinion, she's the freaking best.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us about a sweet little girl named Charlotte who was diagnosed with stage 4. If I'm not mistaken, it was neuroblastoma, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I want to make sure I don't mispronounce
That's
that.
exactly what it was.
And Connie called us on Friday to tell us that sweet Charlotte is in full remission right now. She is on the right path
Let's go.
to a healthy recovery, and it is
Goosebumps.
nothing short of a miracle. And I've got goosebumps. I about said goosebumps right now. And it's amazing. So again, why maybe our dollars didn't do anything, obviously to fix that. There's miracles and other acts going on there to make that happen. But those donations go a long way in making those treatments possible. So you guys are amazing, and we were able to, as a community, pull together and raise a substantial amount of money to give back to somebody in need. So I just want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody so much.
Where is she from
Let's go.
again? What state?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. You know what would be really neat is as she gets a little bit older, if we try to band together as a community and see about having her a badass Power Wheels, an audio Power Wheels built.
Now that would be gangster.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Well,
Blaine,
Blaine's over here thinking, I don't
I'm
want to
out.
break her heart.
No, I can't let her. I'll have to build one.
it's okay, Blaine. Maybe you help out in building it because you are the guy. Look at those trophies beside you. Aren't those for Power Wheels?
Yeah,
I know. You don't want to brag.
it is. It
If there's
is.
anyone that should build Charlotte a Power Wheel, it's the Blainester.
That's actually the truth.
I
That is
agree.
actually the truth. But I wanted to get that off my chest real quick. I was
Let's
holding
go.
it in all week. I was going to make a Facebook post, and I was like, man, it just doesn't feel right without announcing it to the family here at the live stream. So I'm grateful to have so many people here watching this. Go ahead, Blaine. What were you going to say, buddy?
I was just gonna say I have a Power Wheels.
Whoa.
I had
Oh.
one on deck
So this
because my last Power Wheels that I got a $160 in, 160 decibel in the Power Wheels. I gave to Log so him and his daughter could build it. And
Oh.
I have a reserve one that I was going to build that I just haven't built.
So maybe that's a Christmas present that we need to coordinate together.
I
that
think
trips
maybe
me out.
something
That
needs to
Blaine has
happen.
the fact that he has
We'll
a reserve
talk-
Power Wheels trips me out.
We'll talk more about that.
Hey,
after.
why I've got everybody here too, off of that exciting news, I got to segue into this little cool piece of amazingness right here. So your boys over here have partnered up with the one and only Easy Company to come out with some brand new merch coming out very
Oh
soon.
my!
Ooh,
Definitely,
Look at
probably
this
one of the
strut.
dude. That is a strut
Bruh.
I've ever seen.
Rip it.
All I'm going to tell you guys is the amount of DMs I got after I posted this today were astronomical, and they're probably going to sell it real fast. So I'm probably going to have to order more. We don't have prices locked in yet, so nobody get too excited. But this is going to be a really high-end fabric, not your generic, Gillidan or whatever you want to call it shirt. Where we really want. Our mission is to change the car audio game forever. And that's what Liberty Base was built on. And so that even boils down to the quality of shirts you wear, but at an affordable cost. So, don't be expecting to spend $59 on this. We're not doing that crap. Obviously this is going to be really realistic so you guys can get it for yourself, your kids, your spouse, whoever. But we'll have more information on this coming soon, and we'll be teasing some other designs too, because this is merely the tip of the iceberg.
Do you take
Tip.
trade-ins? Can we trade in old merch?
Yeah.
For merch?
What? Actually, the return policy on the website is 14 days. So I,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just gotta watch.
Wow,
this dude. I gotta watch this one more time. I mean, this is just straight fire.
That was actually Jace walking around on the green screen.
Could you imagine?
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. That'd be actually pretty sweet. Who thinks I should do a pre-order on these? Like, if we were to do this and I were to get a limited number, would you like a pre-order to secure your spot?
I would definitely get 3 for it.
I would buy a shirt for
All
sure.
right, you locking in. Chat, what are you guys thinking here?
It's locked.
Do we do a pre-order, lock it in? I'd even maybe try to make it incentivizing and save you a couple dollars too if you did with the pre-order. I think that'd be pretty cool too.
I think we should give away one on the stream if we hit 70 viewers.
Ooh,
What?
Stop.
Actually, I'm going to set it for next week because next week is going to be the live stream of the century. It is going to completely change the way we do our platform. So, guys, in the comments, before we go any further with our live stream this week, let me know, what do you guys want to see in these live streams? What kind of topics do you want to see discussed? Do you want us to cover anything in particular? I want to know in the comments right now. We got to know it. Boys,
Yeah.
what do you think we need to be talking about? Why we let chat fill in here?
I don't know.
I think we should be talking
Wait, hold on. Guys, hold on 1 second here. Hold on. I'm getting a message right now that we've got some breaking news here. Something happened
shit.
this week in audio. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's get this. Let's segue this in here real quick. Hold on.
What's
Hold on. We got a segue coming in here. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait. Time out. Hold on.
Wait.
what?
What do we
Breaking
got going on?
news?
Is that Batman? Oh my gosh, it's Batman.
This
Oh
is
my
Batman
God.
with some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Crap.
Did you guys not hear what happened this week in audio?
What happened?
Well, a lot of
Holy
crap
crap.
happens.
Wow.
There's an alleged. Now I want to say that there
Huh.
is some alleged racist activity in the car audio scene that's being
Oh.
brought back.
no.
Yeah. Really?
Well, do tell.
It's-
Tell.
Get it up on the screen. Let's get it up on the screen. Did you
All right.
guys know
Go ahead.
that Suntown, not Sundown, Suntown is racist?
You're Jiminy
Ew.
Christmas.
My mind is blown too.
We need to dive into this a little bit more.
Where are you
Let's
getting
dive
this
in.
information from?
Where? How?
I have my sources. My chief media correspondent provided it to me to break it to you guys.
This is outrageous. I think we need to dive into this more. Let's segue back.
What?
Let's do a deep dive into this. All right, now time out. Okay,
Time out.
time out.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
Well, that
you
was
mean to tell
wild.
me? You mean to tell
Whoa.
me that we had to get this breaking news from Batman? Number one, Batman. Okay, you got to tell me more. Tell me more about these allegations. I need some more info. Kane, you got anything for me here?
I do. Pull me up.
Let's see what we got here. Hold up. Let's go.
Let's
Q.
do a deep dive into this.
Yeah, well, we just got to see these Oh goodness. Okay, like I said, guys, next week is going to be the week to end all weeks. Okay, it wasn't this week. It's going to be next week. Okay.
All right. Let's take a dive in here. So we have this video that was posted. Somebody had to put some input into it,
Oh, this should be good.
as in the comments.
Kane,
shall
can we
say.
get a zoom in, please?
Yeah, make it a little bigger.
Like
Wait, I can. Ha
a
ha.
little bit more, buddy. A little bit more. A little bit. Right there. Bam. Okay. All right. So you guys can obviously see this right now. There were some accusations made. Okay. There were some accusations made that one of our favorite companies in the audio industry, Sundown Audio, is rooted in racism. I can't make this shit up. Excuse my French. Okay. Rooted. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, did somebody say something? Did somebody do something? No. merely the name Sundown is the root cause of all this.
Yep.
Now, okay, and I got to get freshened up in reading this because I read it a few days ago. Who was the one making the allegation?
It's right there in the middle of the screen.
This one.
What's his name? Is it
Haley.
I
Chaley?
want Kaylee.
Haley, I think.
Kaylee Wally or Wally. I don't know. I'm butchering it. I know.
I don't know.
Drama.
Let's just say that guy.
The name and the identity of the person is not important. It's just what he's claiming is the part that we really want to focus on here.
Yeah, so this is where it started at, right? So he alleges that they picked the name on purpose, and that's why the Rednecks love running the product.
Interesting.
Pause. Another news break. Breaking news. I'm actually being delivered a care package right now, midstream of Dairy Queen.
Not sponsored.
Didn't know that was sponsored.
Nuts.
Oh, not sponsored. Okay.
Make sure you tune in.
So now, before we go any further, I think we need to do a bit of soul
So, George?
searching here, boys. Rob, would you think of yourself as a redneck?
Well, down here in the South, we are surrounded by them. I definitely came from that. I think I've outgrown it though. I'm more of a redneck millionaire at this point in my life.
I got you. So with
Still,
that being
still ashy, but classy. You know what I'm saying?
a little classy, actually.
Okay.
Well, I just saw that sundown behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know if we fit the stereotype or not. You know what I mean?
We got a little bit of everything back here. We got some sundown. We got some ruthless. We got some down for sound. We don't discriminate over here.
So let's do it. Okay, so he then uses some profanity and shares his displeasure for sundown, and then post a link or an article or something like that. I don't know what we call this.
I got
right?
you. Sundown has multiple meanings, including the time when the sun sets and a term used to describe a phenomenon. I think that is. It's blurry for me. And people with I can't see that word. It is very blurry. I don't know. Oh, wait. I read the wrong one.
Okay, I was about to say, surely that's got to be rooted in something.
Gotta get it together.
Sundown
Come on.
towns. There's like 4 definitions, okay? Sundown towns were towns in the U.S. That prevented non-white people. Oh wait, I can't tell. The yellow writing is very bad. Basically saying that towns that were just formed for one race is kind of what it's explaining.
Wow. Okay,
What I'm collecting there.
so that is what he is basing off of. He has Googled the word sundown audio, and
Changes the whole meaning. There's another meaning below it, completely different.
completely avoids the top meaning. It goes to
Yeah.
the second one, highlights it, and says, "That's it. We're exposing them." Okay, guys. Now, in all seriousness, we are, in my opinion, we are making fun of this because it didn't take very long for the owner, great owner, I might add, who has done more for the audio industry than probably 80% of anybody else in the modern era of car audio, at least post 2005. So Jacob was really fast to reply, which kudos to him for sticking up for himself, sticking up for his company. And might I add, he didn't need to. The comment section was absolutely hosing this guy.
I do want to say this is old, right? Like he brought this back, or somebody, either the original poster brought it back up again, or Jacob it was a memory or something.
No, I think this guy brought it back up, like tried to resurface it. And I had a joke, and never mind. I'm not gonna. Anyways, now this guy was clout chasing for sure, and so he's trying to bring it back up.
You know what's really frustrating about that? It's like when we go to audio shows, I mean, I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm sure a lot of you will agree that like race, sex, all that shit it's not even a thought in my mind when I'm at an audio show having a good time. Like, I don't think like, oh, it's a black guy. I can't get in there and get a demo. No, I don't care what you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me that somebody's going through those great lengths to try to smear Sundown or any company for that matter in that kind of light.
We
want
don't
to hear
see it.
Batman about it because Batman's got a completely different opinion on what this guy should.
Does he?
Yeah, he does, but he's busy right now.
Well, Batman might have to come back out and fill us in on some more breaking news that happened this week.
Okay.
Okay, so we might have to bring that back up. Okay, because chat is about this crap right now. So, Kane, can you find me Jacob's response? And then I'm going to give you guys a 30-second rendition of what Jacob's reply was so we can move on to, a more fun topic. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey, Kalana, I'm just going to tell you right now, if this drama's got to sit here and marinate all over Facebook, it can marinate on every other platform too. But I will tell you that in Days of Our Audio, we're going to bring it up, we're going to expose it, and give you the full breakdown of what is really going on. Okay, am I good to bring this back up now?
Yep.
Okay,
Well,
if you could get me a zoom in here real quick. A little bit more.
Oh, yeah, hold on. There we go.
Yes. Shout out to all 40 viewers watching this right now. If you guys could hit that share button so we can acknowledge the BS. Now, there was a reply that Jacob had. It might have been in the comments of that, Caden, where he broke down the origin story of Sundown Audio, which I think is worth a quick, 10-second read here real quick.
And he's done it several times too. I don't know why he has to keep explaining himself.
Because we've got clout chasers out there, Blaine, that are always trying to look for light.
I don't know. It's just beyond me.
I can't get to the original post.
Anyways, I can give you the short version of this. Maybe I'm speaking just a smidgen, but it's okay. Point standing. There was a band that Jacob's father listened to back in the day. There was a song called Sundown, if I'm not mistaken. Jacob really grew to like that song, carried that name through gamer tags, emails, etc. And when he created Sundown, it was just from that name right there. So again, not from some Google search where you typed in Sundown and they gave you that crap. None of that stuff. So if you guys saw that, please give it a good laugh to react. It's rooted in clout chasing, and we don't need that, okay? So keep that in mind. That has been, by the way, guys, I hope you know, the very first segment of This Week in Audio.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's yeah, you're not getting that.
That was your first week of This Week in Audio. Drama breaking news. Okay?
Batman, he's in the next room. He's pension went off or something. Like, it's not a good time for him.
So, guys, as you can clearly tell, we are going into segment-based content, okay? That right there will be its own clip for YouTube for you to go back and watch at a later date, okay? Now, some things are going to change a little bit, professionalism-wise, the way it's laid out, so on and so forth. Some things are going to change, okay? But did you enjoy that? Was it entertaining? If drama, if BS in the audio community is going to run rampant, we are going to bring it to light in a positive manner.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I didn't want to cut you off, but I wanted it to be known that, like, yes, it is drama, but the goal is not to cause the pot to be stirred. It's to make light of it in a funny way, bring humor to it, point out how silly it is that this is even a thing.
Yes.
And we got some people in the comments that are making some pretty good comments and starting up some conversation. Will Parks wants to hear the new amp setup, man. Well, what amp setup is that?
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
I just saw a picture get shared on the Down for Sound Facebook page just a few seconds ago. And it was of a big shipment going out to some distributors. It was just posted maybe like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that my new amps I shouldn't say my wife's new amps are in that pile.
Ooh.
You mean to tell me you're going to run that Down for Sound product?
Well, let me tell you. Okay, funny story. I'm just going to go ahead and segue. I know I'm long-winded, but I don't care. This weekend, a young guy got in my wife's build and literally said to her, and now no bullshit, said to her, "You really got these JP amps in here?" So she gave him the sauce. By the end of it, he was like, "I did not know those 23s could do that."
Oh, wow.
So regardless what you think about JP, what you think about Down for Sound, those amps perform. They do. They really do. I mean, I run Ruthless. I run Sundown. I got JP in the Weiss build. That stuff performs well. And it just that Jace at Liberty Base carries all of those products I just mentioned.
I'd like to share a little piece of information here to everybody watching. And again, we carry a wide variety of brands, that I am, and again, every brand that I offer on LibertyBaseShop.com, I'm really passionate about. Like, I love them for their own reasons, and they fit many, many applications. So I don't pick one or the other in terms of favoritism. I will tell you this, though. I see a lot on social media that JPMs did this and JPMs did that and blah, 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 and they're so negative. I want to make two things very clear. Number one, there's only 6 cheerleaders on a cheer team usually, and they're usually the loudest ones in the entire school of 500 plus kids. Okay, so do not let those 6 make it sound like the entire brand is this big crap pot of a brand, because as a matter of fact, as the start of this year till now, we have sold over 500 JP amplifiers. Over
Really?
500.
Where did you hear this cheerleader quote? Was that on a fortune cookie?
Sometimes when you go to Panda Express, they give you one, you crack it open. Sometimes it speaks the truth, man. So you got to read it off. And out of those 500, you know how many have had to be warranted? Honest to goodness.
How many,
I've gone
Jason?
through a warranty
2.
process.
2.
3.
Oh,
Earnhardt.
it was close.
Is that 4?
3.
That's wild.
3.
Weird fingers.
3 of them. And let me tell you, 2 of the 3 were user error. Like, they fed me this pipe dream that their amplifier was, it's dead on arrival and blah, blah, blah. And, I do the right thing. I take it back, get them a new one sent out. Because I'm trying to take care of my people, I open the box up. What do you know? Freaking positive, negative terminals were switched, and it went poof. But it was DOA on arrival. So, again, a lot of people will say anything they want on Facebook to make themselves look good. And this goes for any brand. I'm willing to bet that 8 times out of 10, no matter which brand you point out, where the customer says it was a product defect, I'm going to go on a whim and say 8 out of 10 times it was user error. And that goes for Sundown, Down for Sound, Ruthless Audio, Audio Ace, Stetson, Resilient Sounds, you name it.
B2, all of them.
B2 Audio, you name it. They all experience this. Okay, don't get sucked into it. Talk to people who have real world experience using it. And I'm sure that some people will say that there's some situations that, yes, they could have been handled differently. And we're human. Everybody makes mistakes. But just remain calm. That's all I have to say. Okay?
Because if you haven't screwed up yet, your time's coming. Every single one of us is going to suffer some kind of setback. We're going to look stupid. It's going to happen. Your time, if it hasn't happened yet, it's coming.
Your boy. Yeah.
When you going to carry some Scotch products? Honestly, it's a great question. One day, my friend. One day. We'll get there eventually. Well, we'll make it when we get to that level. So anyway, so we've got some exciting things coming up down the pipeline. Number one, we've got a massive. Actually, I don't even want to talk about this yet. I want to talk to you guys about this. We're gonna do a whole segment on it next week. A really in-depth look at this topic, but I kind of want to ease into it a little bit and get everybody's opinions on it in the comments. How's everybody feeling right now with the current situation regarding tariffs and how it's going to affect you in car audio? Blaine, are you nervous?
Political.
Who isn't? Because our industry is like 95% overseas. You know what I mean? It's going to affect all of us, and it's going to affect the used market. All right, people are going to think they have gold when it's used electronics still. You know what I mean? I know what I got.
I know what I got, baby.
Hey,
Blaine, what about those baseball cards that I got that you told me were like? Well, actually, that's got to be a whole nother segment. Next week we're gonna have a segment called Hopes and Dreams. And,
yes,
it'll be a whole thing. I cannot wait. Blaine knows though. Okay, Peyton, how are you feeling about the tariffs?
It gets bad to get better.
Fair enough. Are you concerned with car audio prices becoming too high that it's unattainable for people?
No, but I think there'll be setbacks on dreams.
Yes.
That's actually a really good answer to that question. Robert,
Know all about that?
I think I have a different take than a lot of people.
Okay, give it to me.
So I'm going to sound conceited when I say this.
The
But I
redneck
look at-
millionaire.
I look at it like I look at gas prices. It doesn't matter what the gas price is at the pump. I have to have gas to go somewhere. I have to have gas to go to work and get a paycheck, right? Just like that, I have to have car audio in my life to be level-headed and sane. I'm gonna buy it. It's just a matter of what am I gonna like cheap out on so that I can afford to buy it. If you ask my wife, I've been cheaping out on clothes for years. I'm 34. There's probably at least a pair of clothes in there that I had in high school. Like, you got to cut corners somewhere if you're wanting to afford to do car audio at this level. And I'm prepared to do that if I have to. I'm prepared to, make some changes to my lifestyle if it means being able to do car audio at the level I like to do it.
So, Kane can back me up on this one. And I think being frugal to achieve your dreams is the key to every hobby or every business. Caden, how cheap am I on a scale of 1 to 10?
Brother, he could have 10 holes. Get it? 10? 10 holes in his shoes with 5 toes sticking out, and he's still wearing them.
Gotta rep them, baby. They still got life left in them. And that is how we have built this company. It's how we've achieved our builds and stuff. And I think Rob can say the same. He actually just did. Caden can say the same thing. Blaine can say the same thing, and so can Tyler. Sacrifices have to be made to achieve your dreams. Is it going to be a little bit more expensive? Yes. And we're going to dive into some of the companies we've already seen, and we're going to even get into the nitty gritty of how these tariffs affect real time businesses and how fast it really happens. In next week's video.
I don't think people should freak out too much because they raise minimum wage. You're good.
Yeah, dude, you're set, man. No need to
You're all
worry.
good.
I'm sorry.
Tyler, I didn't get your input, and I want to hear it. What is your feelings on tariffs?
Boo. I mean, right? Nobody likes them, but unfortunately, that's our reality right now. And it's put my build, along with, I'm sure, many other builds on hold for a little while at least.
Oh, we know.
And yeah, well, we'll talk. But I just hope it doesn't really hope it doesn't affect the community as much, dude, because you got to think all these people that were planning these big builds are probably no longer going to do them, or it's going to take a lot longer for them to get done. So, like, you may see people start to trickle out of the hobby a little bit if this shit doesn't turn around.
I agree with you on that.
I just hope it's some of the ones I don't like. You know what I mean?
Right?
Intrinsic costs.
So one of the things that I've noticed from a business owner standpoint is it is absolutely nerve-wracking how dependent we are on one country for our products in our industry. And I think it's going to be an eye-opener for people to diversify a little bit. And that can mean a ton of different things. But as a owner, as a enthusiast, I pray for our major companies to find some way to not be so reliant on them. And I'll just leave it at that. Next week, we are going to do a massive deep dive into how they have affected real world situations that happened, because we've seen people bash companies for raising prices on pre-existing inventory that have not been tariffed. We've seen where people have, justified the tariffs and, saying that they shouldn't even be raising their cost and they should just eat them and so on and so forth. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of that. Again, one of our steps is in this podcast or this, are we calling this a podcast? Is this what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't know if I need to add like podcast at the end of Days of Our Audio podcast. Anyways, our goal is to educate people in an informative way, but also make it entertaining. So, we'll try to do our best to do a good deep dive into that next week. Here's something else I want to bring up to you guys. Something fun, something to get everybody fired up. We made a post on LibertyBaseShop.com's Facebook page last week, and we asked you guys, you the viewers, to please show us your builds. Tell us a little bit about them. and we want to highlight one or two of them each and every week. Give credit where credit is due to those guys putting in work. Now, I will add, nobody really followed up with what their combination was. So it was left for our imagination to go wild. But I do want to segue into our top builds of the week. All right, guys. So my boy down here, Kobe, shared this build. I believe it is a 6th order, if I'm not mistaken. Could be a 4th. Again, a lot of descriptions going on down here. But looks like there's a port back there with that LED light. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yes,
I
sir.
think so.
Yeah.
It would be pretty different to run use in a 6th order. You don't see that too often. But I will say, I believe that is a 6th order. Anyways, he's also rocking some JP amps in the back.
Purple.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Purple.
Josh, comments.
Yeah, where's Josh at? Joshy Poo, where you at, buddy? How do you rate this purple?
By one word, purple.
Purple. Hey,
Purple.
seriously, what is your guys' favorite color in terms of like an amp? Like, there's so many different. Like, you have
White.
Okay.
That sound mighty racist. Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Holy crap.
And now
Dude,
we will make a Facebook post clout chasing for
Wow.
attention.
Oh, dude, I'm canceled, man. I'm
You
sorry.
literally just became the TikTok sensation, sweeping the nation. And
My
there's
man.
no imitation.
He said white.
Hey, listen,
Dude, them
this is a
gloss
clip-
white amps, man, you can't deny, bro. Them shits look
They are-
sexy.
They're clean, dude. They are very clean.
With the black lettering on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Daly's in here. He hears perp.
So, guys, again, for guys watching this later on YouTube, this build was submitted to us on LibertyBaseShop.com's Facebook page. I want to ask our panel here what they feel about this combo. If you were in the market to buy a Sundown Audio U-Series subwoofer or some JP bass amps or some AB amps, whatever it may be, what are some things that they should know before they buy? What are the strong suits of a Sundown Audio U-Series? What are their weaknesses? Same thing for the JP amps. And we have a build here to highlight, some of those things.
But what was it like? Why? What you should be careful of?
Yeah, what should a customer know before buying a Sundown Audio U-Series or a JP bass amplifier?
So
For U series, do not make it play lower than what it's supposed to be. It is high hertz sub.
Again, I want to preference that everybody on this panel is very involved in the audio industry with builds that cost more than the car is actually worth and attend 10 to 15 shows a year. So a deep knowledge of car audio is in this panel right now.
personally ran the U's in my trunk setup. They did extremely well. One thing that you got to make sure you make note of is Sundown underrates everything. If it says that sub is rated at 1750 RMS, you might as well just go ahead and expect that you're going to easily get another 500 RMS out of that reliably. Now, obviously, that means is it a clean signal or not? Dirty signal. Dirty signal will kill any kind of sub, no matter how high the rating is. But they underrate them. I had a Salt 4 on a pair of them at half ohm, and they took it like it was nothing. I do agree. The sound they produce is definitely more tailored towards the what I call mid bass, which is like 30 hertz to 40 hertz range. They thrive. Anything too low, like too much below 25 hertz, and I would go with something like an X.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a pretty fair statement. Blaine, I know you're a massive Sundown Audio aficionado.
Boom, boom, boom. Listen, I kind of like when somebody mentioned U's to me, I've been in many builds with them. You know what I'm saying? I personally haven't owned any, but I'm kind of familiar with them. They're synonymous to like Caden had said, that higher frequency kind of burpish. You know, they can handle that. And a matter of fact, I think Jacob, while he was doing his Jeep testing, he had a U in there that he was actually testing with.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're trying to get that 20 hertz wind, you know, doors and hair flying straight back, you know, a couple U's probably isn't going to be your choice. you know. But if you want to hurt somebody really good and still play somewhat kind of low, you know, low 30s, high 20s maybe, you know, and the use beautiful sub. But I'm kind of an X guy or a Nightshade kind of guy.
So, speaking with customers, you know, over the past year since we began selling Sundown and getting their feedback, I had a customer tell me this over the phone, and it resonated, and I wrote it down, and it's going to be a part of my new ad campaigns for them. Old school sound with new school technology. He was very pleased with the output and the way that the sub sounded, because it reminded him a lot of back in the early 2000s with how those sealed boxes sounded with a good hard-hitting sub. Now, granted, a lot of these subwoofers you see in boxes are, you know, slot ported, 4th order or 6th order configurations, which, again, not to overcomplicate things. Most common is, you know, a slot port. But even with that slot port application, he was very adamant to say that he felt that he had that old school sound, which I thought was awesome. I don't hear that a lot with a lot of other subwoofers and brands, so it was really neat to hear that from the U series. Tyler, you got any thoughts and opinions on them U series before selling?
No, the U's are good. I've never ran them personally, but I've been in several builds with them, and like everyone else is saying, they're more of like a higher note tap out type thing. You're not going to play lows with them, or not very well anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to be big fans about him.
Kobe's in the chat. Oh, sorry. That he was able to play down to 18 hertz last weekend at his show, and he was pretty surprised.
Kobe, can we get you on the stream right now for this segment? Can I send you an invite?
I agree 100% that you absolutely can play down to 18 hertz. You can play down lower than that. My argument to that is, if you're trying to do it at its full potential, you're going to benefit more from having something on the Mega Roll platform in that frequency range. Yep. They'll do it. The enclosure is key there, but you're going to see it shine a lot more with those Mega Rolls.
Yeah, like what we're saying here, I don't think anybody was saying you can't. It was more of there's a better choice.
The Patriot was not intended to be played at 15 hertz full volume, but it did it anyways because I told it to. So, and again, a lot of it is really based off your box tuning and stuff like that as well. I give you that versatility. So anybody looking for the U series, I don't think you could go wrong. They're definitely for certain applications, in my opinion. If you are somebody who wants a single 12 in the back of your trunk, who just wants a nice quality sounding subwoofer that brings you back to the early 2000s and can take the power with new school technology, U series hands down all the way. If you're wanting
to get away with a slightly smaller enclosure spec versus the Mega Roll platform, so if you don't have a lot of room, that might be something you want to lean more towards too.
And then if you guys are wanting to go set, you know, world records and things like that in burp at 79 hertz, slap about 20 U10s in there and go to town, boys, because you'll do some crazy numbers.
You'll do pretty well, I'm sure.
All right. Next part of Kobe's build I want to talk about. Okay.
He said he could join.
Let's do it. I'm going to send you an invite on Facebook Messenger. And you can give us your input on your equipment. Live.
He's got everything. He even has the DSP. He has all the bass amps. Everything down for son.
I gotta see if I can do this fast. Let's see here.
What kind of car is that? Do we know?
But like Jason was saying,
what is in the bottom right of the picture on the rubber seal? What is that? A glove? Yes, glove. Okay. I was like, is that some kind of stuffed animal? What am I looking at here? Why is he got his like favorite thing in the photo?
That's the glove that what's his name had.
How did you get a stuffed animal out of that, dude? That's the real question.
All right, Kevin, all you do is click
I see electrical tape and like a welding glove.
Yingling.
Oh, geez.
Oh, Lord.
All right, just sent the link to Kobe, so hopefully he's able to join us. I'll actually go ahead and move Tyler over real quick, and we can.
Oh, wow, Tyler.
Yeah, move Tyler. Let's go.
And we'll add another camera slot into here.
Let's go.
I'm out of here.
So if he can join. Okay, guys, thoughts and opinions on the JP line of amps in this build. Thoughts on it?
I like him. Great choice
of amp. Purple.
I really dig the purple.
I dig the purple. I wish that that one amp in the middle was purple.
Yeah.
All perp. But then
Yeah.
again, might be too much.
Yeah.
I'm honestly going to have to go and say it's got to all be perp because the Easy RCA box over there on the left-hand side, available at libertybaseshop.com if you're looking for a cost-effective RCA splitter. Anyways, purple, you've got looks like a 234 there on the right-hand side, maybe a 284. And purple, I can't tell what those bass amps are, though. They're definitely...
I'm going to say
want-
JP 40.
No, they're triple power inputs, it looks like.
53.
The man, the myth, the legend himself is right here. Kobe is on screen right now. What is going on, brother?
Oh,
Yeah, what's up, dude?
he's got the build right there, too.
Okay, so listen, buddy. This is a little impromptu. This is going to be a great
boy.
segment for YouTube because people are going to be able to hear it from the owner's mouth themselves. So
Yes.
tell me a complete system breakdown. What do you got here?
Right now, it's 3 UV 118s and a 6-door.
It is a 6.
It is a 6.
He got too close to the motors. It froze his phone.
It froze it. Hold on, we'll
0.67.
get it back here.
Baby, motor force.
Wired at 0.67 is what I heard. You were cutting out there for a second.
It's 3 UV 118s on a JP63 at 0.67.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Heck
Nice.
yeah. Is that a JP284 or 234 on the right-hand side?
That's a 8.4 and then 234 ABs.
Okay. That's
Dang.
awesome.
Man of culture.
So now let me ask you, because we've got people that ask us questions all the time. You know, Jace, what do you think about this subwoofer, this amplifier, so on and so forth? So for this example here, U-Series and the JP line of amplifiers, what is your personal experience with them? What do you like? What do you don't like?
Well, I threw them in last weekend for the TC Bass Blast, I think it's what it's called, up in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I didn't really get much playtime before that, but as soon as I got there, I had people lining up trying to hear it. So I was just playing around with like 26 hertz, and they were taking it all day. Pretty windy. I was happy with it. And then I had Andy get in the car, and I was telling him how I wish they played a little bit lower. And we just kind of played with the doors and everything. And I ended up getting it down to 18 hertz.
Sheesh.
Now, are these brand new subs?
No, they were already used.
Oh, okay. I was going to say maybe if they break in a little bit, it's going to help you out a bit. But I like you said, 26 hertz. That's my favorite frequency. I just want to point out too that we got Kobe in here, and he and Tyler look like they could be related.
Dude,
Dude, you
dude,
say that with
standing.
everyone else that has a beard. Anyone that's got a beard is automatically my cousin.
dude, this
Right.
actually might be a third cousin. I'm not going to lie. So Kobe, let me ask you this question. If you were to upgrade anything about this build, swap out one piece of equipment for something else, what would it be?
Right now, probably just the subs, honestly.
Really?
Do
Yeah.
something a little bit more rowdier?
I just don't think they're going to take the abuse that I want to give to them. I had them very stinky at the show,
Yeah.
very fast. So
I'm curious, do you know what you were clamping by chance? Wired to that?
I have no clue. It couldn't have been
You
much
just got it
because
in,
I'm
man.
barely getting into it, but you
I
know.
love to hear that. So would you say that you're a fan of those JPMs?
Oh yeah,
I love
no
it.
doubt about it.
I love it.
Did
Yeah.
did the options of having the colors to choose from, is that something that helped sell you on it? Like once
A
you saw
little
the
bit.
purple, were you leaning more towards it because of that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I just like. I mean, I like how they look in general.
Yeah.
And
They
you
are
can't
pretty
go.
sexy.
They do power really well.
I can
So-
appreciate the fact that you paid so much attention to the wiring, how
Yeah.
organized it works, how clean it is, but also the electrical itself looks pretty damn stout.
It's,
And
still,
Rob
What
would
kind
like
of
to know
vehicle
about
is
his
that?
stuffed animals. Oh,
it's an old
sorry.
Cadillac
Okay.
That's a big trunk. That makes sense.
Yeah, from right here, but
Some might say he's got a lot of junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Not all of us, but some of us.
Some of us. Some of us. Just don't put too much junk in the trunk and then try to load up on a trailer that's a little tired. Your back tire might break through the board, and
Kobe, where
Stuff
did
like that.
you purchase your equipment from?
Most.
There's
of it
only one right answer. I'm just throwing that
That's
out there
what I
right
was
now.
gonna say. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
from .com.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Round of applause.
Let's
Even if-
go.
Smart
Good
man. He knew how to doctor that answer up real fast. No, in all seriousness, where did you get your equipment from?
I believe most of it was from Down for Sound, and then a couple things came from Dropping Hertz.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Support audio companies in our industry. We love to hear that. Stuart obviously will disagree with you in the comments. He should have went libertybaseshop.com. Guys, I got to give a huge shout out to Stuart real quick. And I know we got Kobe on here and I don't want to take time away, but I just got to give a huge shout out where it's due. So UPS has been giving us some hassles here the past 2 months and delaying shipments. And it's just been a nightmare. So, the past month and a half, our order volume has gone up, and it's been a huge blessing, right? One of the things we've had to start doing is having UPS come to the warehouse, pick things up. So this one day we had about 19 packages going out one day, and that was a lot for us. So, we're trying to, get everything labeled and stuff like that. Well, apparently when we were putting boxes in there, the driver didn't scan in one of the boxes. And at this time, Stuart had a really big order. We had a huge box full of goodies. Well, by a miracle, right? This customer called me, said that he's not getting updates. I'm opening up a claim with UPS, trying to figure it out. I get a message from Stuart that says, "Hey, bro, I got a package here. There's a shipping label on it that is not for me." He goes,
Really?
"What should I do with this? Can I help you out?" And I was like, "Bro, you have no idea how big of a blessing this is that you, out of all people, got this, because you're always in our live streams. You're always supporting Liberty Base." He goes, "I will ship that out for you if this is the address it needs to go to." He goes, "Do I just got to take it to the post office?" I said, "Yeah, all they need to do is you need to watch them scan it in and you're good to go." He got it taken care of, and the customer got it in 2 days from his location.
Shout out to him. He's a.
I'm hearing that he's going to get
Legend.
a bonus along with the other employees at Liberty Base this year.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting a 1099, and he might get the $2 Christmas bonus. But I just huge shout out to Stuart, awesome guy, and I didn't mean to take away from it, but I saw him in here, I had to bring it up. Love Stuart. So Kobe, what battery bank is that back there? Is that C-Max or is that?
That's
200 ampere Yinglong.
Oh,
Really? How's your voltage holding up so far?
Lowest I saw was 14.7, I think.
Not bad. What alternator?
The JS390.
Now, that is a fantastic answer, okay? Because JS Alternators is my favorite alternator company. No doubt about it, so I love hearing that.
I actually blew it up on the way home.
That's
No, shoot.
You didn't plan that answer.
Well, hold on. So I shipped it out Monday. It's already on its way back to be here tomorrow.
Oh,
Sheesh.
boom.
Okay.
At libertybaseshop.com, we work with companies who pride themselves in good quality customer service. Prime example, JS Alternators just took really good care of a good customer. That is awesome to hear, dude. I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah.
Freaking love it.
What's your next big show you're heading to, Kobe?
The next big one's going to be the Brand X show in Ohio.
Okay.
Gonna be in our neck of the woods.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah.
The other big show is going to be the Liberty Base show.
Now that's my boy
Yeah.
right there.
There we go.
Woo!
Oh,
August 9th and 10th, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we all
9th
going to
and-
that one?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Tyler, can you make that one?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Go.
I know that
He's taking that plane ride.
Blaine, I know Blaine.
Yeah.
Let's you're giving. I know you're locked.
Hey.
in.
I'm like,
Yeah,
Hey.
okay.
Hey, listen, Tyler, don't worry. If you weren't being able to make it, we have your third cousin here with us, Kobe, who could easily fill in for you. Do not worry.
that's our boy right there.
Dude, I'm
Hey.
going to shave this off. All right.
No, you're not.
No,
Don't
you're
do
not.
it.
He's
I gotta
lying.
ask
You
Kobe
right.
like a really important question.
Go
what's
for it.
that?
Are you subscribed to Traumatic Sounds and Mini Trucker 88 on YouTube?
He's like never heard of him.
Never heard of it.
No, I actually.
We can fix that. You can
We can
fix it.
fix
We can
that.
fix that.
He's subscribed to Mini Trucker 69 on the hub.
He knows it.
Blaine still appreciates your support either way.
Either which way, it gets back to Blaine. Don't worry. Blaine the foot.
Put the foot down, Blaine.
All right.
Come on,
Put that
Blaine.
dog down.
That's going in the
Three.
segment.
Hey, listen,
Oh.
Kobe, thank you so much for hopping on the live stream, sharing a little bit about your build and stuff. We really appreciate that.
Super cool.
And our goal is that when somebody searches, anything about Sundown UV2s or the Down for Sound amps, they get real world, answers from people who are using their products. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on here, buddy.
Thank you, and hopefully next time you guys see this, it'll actually be fully done. And look all
Yeah.
pretty.
Hell yeah.
Well, hey, I will say this. When it's all done, please send us some pictures to the
Will do.
libertybayshop.com Facebook page, because that's where we pull this stuff from. And I'll make sure to get it put back up here to give people an update on it.
All right, appreciate it. Thank
Hell
you guys.
Hell yeah,
dude.
buddy. Thank you so
Brother.
much. Peace
Later.
out.
Stay
Later, man.
loud, my guy.
Blaine,
Guys.
you can just be throwing those feet out there like that to everybody. The whole world's watching.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
what are we at? 50 million views right now? Our viewers?
Probably.
Dude, we are.
Whoa.
Them
Whoa.
toes ain't loyal, Blaine. They're not loyal.
There's the views are jumping up. We are sitting at 45 viewers right now.
45 people just seen my socks.
45.
My
And I
sock.
will tell you,
Drop
the
my sock.
lowest we have seen this stream, 39 viewers. That
doing good.
tells me that the boys are liking this format.
Blaine,
Everybody's hanging
you know what's the worst feeling? I think we can all agree. When you step in something wet with your socks on. Oh.
You're going to get Blaine going.
He's like, dude, I did that earlier today.
The worst.
Dude, I got sock issues. Seriously. Couple few times wearing, they're out. I gotta have like fresh socks, man.
So, like, you know what, Blaine? I think you
Your
and I
feet are
feel
so
that.
important. You got to take care of your feet. Makes the rest of you feel good. Because
Yeah,
it's the
dude.
contact to the earth. It's what's keeping you grounded. If your feet
Dude.
aren't feeling good, you ain't feeling good.
I'm saying, dude, you don't cheap out on toilet paper and you don't cheap out on your bed. You don't cheap out on your shoes because you spend a lot of time wiping your ass, sleeping, and wearing your shoes, walking around. Any of those three things
Ooh.
can ruin your day if it's a bad experience.
Wet socks is awful.
The worst. It's equivalent to like jumping in a pool with your t-shirt on.
That's
You know
weird.
what and it's like,
Yeah.
speaking of t-shirts, Uh-huh.
Whoa. Hold
Warehouse
on.
Customs,
Customs.
Kingsmore.
That's crazy. Is Kingsmore in the comments tonight? I hadn't seen him tonight.
No, of course not.
I haven't either.
He's
I'm
out here.
rocking his fire merch and he's gone.
He's
I
out
want to
here
see
ghost-
that fire merch again from Easy
wanna see it
Liberty
again?
Base.
You want to see that again? We can show that again.
I want to
Damn,
see
look at
that again. I think 100% you
Sheesh.
should start doing pre-orders like tomorrow. People
crazy.
want that. That's badass.
At
Dude,
least
that is
tomorrow.
fire. I'm literally serious when I say this. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you. Again, Liberty Base's mission is to change car audio for the better. And we mean for the better, even if it means having the best merch in the industry.
Let's go.
We're setting the bar very high. Huge shout out to Easy for doing the collab with us. Super exciting partnership that we've got going on. Freaking exciting. Just look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, that is dope.
Mm-mm.
It is good looking. And I also got to tell you guys this too. It is not your generic jersey shirt, your generic Gillidan shirt, whatever. This is going to be quality at an affordable price.
Are we saying like the sleeves and everything are going to contort to your body? 'Cause, look, dude, this is unacceptable. I need 98% sleeve contact at all times. What is this? What is
Well, I will tell you that we made them a little baggy because with those pythons you got on your arm, dog, if too much of that gets exposed, we're gonna get pulled off the internet because that's violence.
I understand. Listen, neon pythons, look, they
Yeah.
need some extra room to grow.
They need a
And
little.
they'll constrict you when they see you at the Liberty Base Showdown.
Hey guys,
Yo.
seriously though, this week was to get a feeler out. If you guys are gonna enjoy this new style of content, we want to break this content down so a lot of you guys don't get the opportunity to watch every Wednesday night. You know, sometimes you got the kids or you're working late or something like that, and you're driving home from work tomorrow and you want to listen to it while you're driving. We're gonna make that possible and a little bit more enjoyable to take in. So thank you guys so much for supporting us week in and week out. You guys are freaking amazing. We're we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys.
Wait a
Am I
minute.
missing
hold on.
anything? Go ahead.
Didn't you
Wait,
want to
was it-
make an
Oh.
announcement or something tonight? You
Oh,
want to do
Breaking
Is this the way to do it or not?
is it what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Put it in private chat. Put it in private chat.
Yeah. Send me a note in row. Guys, we got some behind the scenes
It was
shenanigans.
about the three
Yeah.
particular.
Okay. I need to verify that all three of them are in the live stream right
I know
now.
one of them. I know one of them is. I can
Okay.
message the other
Can-
two.
Can I get Tyler and Blaine and Rob and actually just all of you guys do it? Spam the shit out of them to get him in. Excuse my French. Spam the crap out of him to get him in this and get him in here.
Don't double back now. You already said it.
Get him in here. Get him in here. They won't know I'm saying get him in here because by the time they get in here, I've already said it. This is gonna be fantastic.
I know one of them is probably at work right now.
Stuart, you are 100% correct with your comment, brother.
Yo,
It is called.
No.
Ramadan.
Stewart must have an issue with the Blaine streak. It's apparent now.
No, Stuart is just
No.
an intelligent
Oh,
man.
Oh, I
Wait.
tagged the wrong Josh.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, Rob?
Well, this is gonna get awkward.
Whoa!
Delete it. Just delete it.
Whoa!
If you guys are watching, I really hope you guys stay tuned to watch this. This is gonna be
Oh, this is gonna be great.
This is gonna be really awesome.
Yeah, Batman already jumped in his Batmobile and took off for the night. He
Yeah.
was really overworked and underpaid for that segment. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see him next week. Maybe not. Depends on the
I
comment.
think if we don't see Batman at the dog. No. We need Batman back for the next round of breaking news.
Batman like solves crimes and like hurts people.
Yeah,
He's also a millionaire.
that is also true.
Really?
Guys, we
You know what? While we wait on the other two, maybe we go ahead and talk to the one that's already here.
I was just gonna do a grand announcement.
Just
dog.
good.
That is a
Like,
great
Do it all at once.
I'm
Yeah,
just
just do it.
worried that the other two are not coming because they have still not read the post. And
Open
usually,
a FaceTime call and I guarantee it they insta join it.
They're probably in it, right? Oh, Mike has one going.
I bet it. Are they in there?
It doesn't. No, they're not. It's just both mics are in it.
Call
All
them.
right.
Somebody call them.
Yeah, call them live on stream. Make
Dude,
this
I'll
happen.
call him. I'll do. I'm calling.
Yeah.
oh,
Oop.
oh,
Yeah.
he's on the call. He's on his bat phone.
He's on the bat phone.
Yo.
Hey, what are you doing?
No. It's get in here.
Well, get
Yeah,
in the
get in
live
here.
stream.
Like right now.
Now.
I'm
Get-
oblivious.
Join the live stream.
The Liberty Base live stream.
Should we like?
All right,
have a-
all right.
Days
When you
of
get in
our
here, drop a comment. Let us know you're in here.
Yeah.
We're waiting on
You
one
should
person.
have been
then,
in
huh?
here.
Okay.
We're waiting on one
He'll
person.
be here. He said, "Give him a minute. He's pumping gas."
Okay.
Oh
was that J or P right there?
That was P.
Okay. We need J
Jay.
now. Yeah. Rob, that's on you.
Yeah.
Ring a ding ding.
Should we watch a demo while we wait?
Yeah,
Yes.
give me a demo.
Yeah.
Full
Sure,
demo
why
on, baby.
not?
Let's
Yes,
go.
Look at this. Look at it. I already got it pulled up. I was watching this.
Of course you were. Not
Oh wait, is
paying
this a vertical
attention.
video? Oh no,
Yes.
that's not good there. Never mind. You're good. Let's talk.
Dude, I cannot wait for this demo.
Woo!
Man, that is radical, dude.
Are you gonna have your glasses on, Kaden?
Yeah.
Bro,
I know
you're
you
gonna
will.
need to bring a
'Cause
spare
You're always
key.
like,
Good content, huh?
Dude, that's all I want in life.
Dude,
you got beat up hard.
I'm not gonna lie.
That
That-
reaction after, that's a good demo.
That deserves to be a sticker.
Hey, right there, that's gonna be one nasty demo.
Hey, do we got any more
That's
demos?
insane.
Oh, don't worry.
Are we a no-go on this, dog?
Hold on, brother.
I think P's in.
Jay
I
is
don't-
not answering.
Another one. Same build. I don't know why. I haven't had time to.
Major letdown. Major
Oh, he's
fumbling at the
done
back.
for. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Getting just absolutely.
I-
Only cooler thing would be as if his shirt started to rip and tear.
Whoa, Blaine. Okay,
Bro,
Paul.
Whoa,
hold up.
made it gay.
Whoa.
Made it weird.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
No,
Next guy that we're about to bring on here, I like that statement.
Unbelievable, dude.
Let's de-escalate right now. Let's de-escalate.
So, dude, I'm terrible with surprises. I don't like holding on to stuff.
All right. So you know what?
Dude, 2 of them are in here, right?
I haven't seen P comment yet.
Another demo then?
Another
Let me
demo.
know them.
That kid
Yeah.
is loaded up.
He's
Tyler, I need
active
you-
now.
Hold on.
You need to call him again.
Dude, you know
Oh.
what? Did you guys get a chance to see that video clip that Lashara made of my wife?
Yes.
I did.
Dude, it's pretty sick. Like, I was
Uh,
very happy with it.
Okay.
Like-
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we
Paul
got
is
Holden in the comments.
Paul is now in here. Okay.
There's P.
Is everybody ready to go? For
Are we
this?
waiting or are we
I
doing
will.
another one?
Hey, Roberto. You prepped, ready to go for breaking news?
I mean, I can be
Yeah,
But I thought we were
it's
gonna
very
make
fitting.
official, like for real.
Oh yeah. Maybe no Batman, but breaking news. Breaking
I
news
mean-
segment.
We can,
Yes.
yeah, we can be ready for that.
Yeah, and you make the announcement on the breaking news.
Okay, we can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Make it fun because we have to be
Hey,
extra.
this is impromptu. Let's see what we can do.
All right, this is really impromptu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got more breaking news coming in hot right now. Let's go ahead and get over to our chief news executive, Roberto.
Roberto. Yo.
Actually, Jace, I'm not a media exec, as you call me. I'm actually the breaking news anchor. So have a little
My
respect next time.
My
Thank
apologies.
you for that. But anyways, guys, I'm actually here to break some really important news. Team Liberty Base is a thing. Some of you may have heard of it. Everyone that's in this chat right now, everyone that's on the stream right now is a part of Team Liberty Base family. But we're looking to expand that family. Now, there's a couple of requirements to join in Team Liberty Base. For one, you don't ask to join Team Liberty Base. You have to be asked. And when we look for members of Team Liberty Base, we don't just pick people based on the fact that they got a sick build that does 170s, 160s. We don't look for people that they're just the most awesome person in the world, but they don't have a build at all. You got to have a couple different qualities to be chosen. Tonight, we're wanting to go over a couple of the people that we've chosen to be a part of the Team Liberty Base family and to represent Team Liberty Base and help grow this brand and help grow this family. So the first one that's going to be joining Team Liberty Base is going to be Paul Holden.
Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go.
Paul Holden is in the comment. If you
Let's
don't
bring him
know
up here.
Paul Holden has a crazy build. It is, I want to say, 12 NSV 512s in a fourth order, built by Chris Lee and in conjunction with Paul and some other people. Paul is an older guy, has a lot of experience in car audio, and that's not a stab at him. He has a lot of experience, and Paul is. There's no drama about him. He's just a good dude.
None.
Like, he's in it for the fun of the sport, fun of the hobby. Like, he's that guy. When you see him at shows, you're probably going to see him with his jacket flying all in the air, demoing both doors open.
That's
you're
the
not gonna
crazy
see
thing
him
about his build.
causing-
Facts.
What?
The doors are open
Yeah.
when he demos.
Yeah.
We
He
got to
was
pull
just
up a video of his.
He just got crowned windiest build at TDH.
I was gonna say his last accolade was being the windiest build at TDH.
And that's a hard one
2025.
because Josh Daly was there, and Josh Daly stands his own as the windy guy.
He is
I
the
think
windy
what-
guy.
Yes.
I think what pushed Paul over the edge that weekend was the fact that he was demoing both
Here.
doors open.
I
It
got
just
you.
said a lot.
Let's get a little
Yeah.
sneak peek.
Yeah, can we get a little sneak peek of that real
I
quick?
got you.
Let's.
I
Yeah.
can't find the tab. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Let's. Again, very impromptu. Here we go.
Boo Davis getting a demo.
Ooh, Davis.
That dude has a beautiful setup. He's loud.
You can see the camera moving.
What's
Ooh.
crazy is that
Right.
it is such a big volume of space to make that much wind. You know what I mean?
Well, look at this.
Oh,
Ooh, look at them things, boy. Look at them.
Emperor.
Man.
Yeah,
How
look, y'all were
hard
giving me
is
crap
it?
about the gloss white. Now look, everyone's like, ooh.
the fact that he's running
Right
JPs and Sundown subs was not the deciding factor of why he joined the team.
Oh,
Now, it
yeah,
helped,
no.
but it's not the reason why. All right, so should we move on to the next person?
Oh,
Yes.
for sure. Caden, got that next
Okay.
video on tap, baby? Be
Uh,
prepared. Just be prepared.
J or G?
G.
Gee.
All right, I can do that. I can do
All
that.
right, well, I'm going to talk about this person while you get it up and get it going. So
Give
the
us the
next
next round
person
of
that
breaking
we're
news.
going to have on Team Liberty Base is going to be none other than my wife, Jeannie Williams.
Let's go.
Now, she's sitting down in the living room right now, and she's watching this, and I'm waiting on her to – I hadn't heard it yet, but I know she's in the comments. I was waiting on a scream or yell of excitement. I'm not hearing
There's a
it.
30-second
Oh,
delay.
there it goes. Just heard it. Okay. If I didn't hear that, she's done. She's off the team.
She's off the team. With not that
For
energy
sure,
you're
for
looking
sure.
And the real reason why she joined is so I can kind of hold this over her head that, like, listen, okay, I make rules, I say how it goes. No, just playing. But seriously, her build that we've been working on together is a crazy build, and it also, funny enough, has JP amps with Sundown subs, and that was not planned. It just happens to be the equipment they're running. But Jeannie is newer to having her own build, but she's a strong supporter of mine. She's a strong supporter of Liberty Base and Jace and his family. And I know that she's going to be a really big proponent of Liberty Base and helping share and promote this this team, this brand, this family. And I'm super excited to now get her to be in the chats with us as opposed to just looking over my shoulder every time I'm in one.
I'm gonna swap you out here, Rob, real quick, because I want to
Okay.
say one word about Jeannie real quick. Something that makes me really excited about having Jeannie on the team, and I kind of should have said something for Paul too, but Paul knows I love him, so he's feeling the love. But another huge reason why I thought Jeannie would make a great addition to Team Liberty Base is I think about my daughter. My daughter is 3 years old. And when I think about people in the audio community that I looked up to as a role model, they were all males, right? And I think that that's kind of how that typically rolls, right? A boy looks up to another male figure, not 9 times out of 10. And so when I look in the audio community, I do see that there are few women in car audio that stand out from the crowd and actually make an impact. And fortunately, we've had an amazing opportunity to be a part of Team Control Pressure, who has some of the, if not the loudest females in the United States right now. There's a few that aren't out there, but we have been lucky enough to have them on here. And so having Jeannie on the team to be a role model for those young girls that are, coming to the shows with their mom and dad and taking part in car audio is a really awesome thing. And I just think it's awesome, man. Jeannie is absolutely kicking AWS right now in the audio scene. Kane, do we have those videos pulled up that we can show real quick?
I already do.
All right. We actually touched base on a couple of the awards that she had won over this past weekend, but here's some cool videos for you guys. Gosh, that's sexy. That looks good.
Mm-hmm. Pretty intense.
They're really sick at it, too.
That's the go-to.
Yes, it is.
That's Tyler's wife.
Boom.
Let's go.
So, guys, that is the new addition for Team Liberty Base. Super excited about that one.
Yeah, you can take me off the screen. There's no reason. Oh, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, we should do the last one. We're here already.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can come back and watch, right?
Darn
back.
straight.
Good
Darn
pooping material. All right, for the last person, I don't believe they're here in the chat, and if they are, hopefully they'll speak up. But he's been a guest on the podcast at least 2, maybe 3 times now. He's had a couple of guest appearances. He is the owner of Powerhouse Customs Car Audio. Blaine, shameless plug. Let me see that. Oh, right there. Look at that shirt.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna swap this out real quick. Just bam.
Real quick.
Powerhouse Custom Car Audio out of South Carolina. We're talking about none other than Josh Kingsmore. This guy is about this life. It is not just a hobby. It is a lifestyle for him. I guarantee you he's probably working on the builds right now. And if he's not working, Blaine, what are we doing here? I'm
But wrong.
Are we
Hey,
still on?
the live's not over.
Well,
Take 'em off.
Who cares, man? I'm giving my
Ooh.
boys love.
Take
Oh,
him
okay.
backstage, bro.
I'm gonna keep this to swat at you, Blaine. Just stop. Quit.
I swapped it out before we
Get
got a
back
nip
on.
slip.
It's not that kind of podcast. First it was the
You guys
feet.
want my
now
feet
it's the
again?
shirt. So, anyways, like I was saying before, I was rudely distracted by the half-naked man. Josh Kingsmore deserves this just as much as anyone else that we talked about tonight. Good friend of mine. You might see him whipping a golf cart. You might see him whipping a big-ass RV. Or you might see him whipping a Tahoe with 418s. And I think he's got something really crazy coming very, very soon for that build. Something heavy. Something very, very heavy. And with 3 C's. Okay?
Dude, it's almost unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Josh. I hope you come back and watch this. And I hope this is something that you were wanting, because I didn't really talk to him before, just like we didn't talk to Paul or my wife.
Don't worry about it. I don't want it.
If you guys
Surprise,
didn't want it,
surprise.
That's too damn bad. That's too damn bad.
We need
That's
that
too
as a
damn bad.
clip. That's too damn bad. All right.
All right, I can come off the screen now. Making me nervous.
I kind of actually like you up here.
Yeah, we kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the roast of me. You about to roast me
Yes.
now?
Actually, we should
Yeah.
do that.
Let's
dude,
do that.
Dude,
Oh,
what if we
Wait,
did that?
that
What if
dude.
we did that as a segment? The roast of insert business owner's name. And
That would be
dude,
fun.
I'm just telling you, that would be diabolical.
How many would actually come on and let us do that, though? Not just us, but the people in the comments, because there'd be
I-
some
Dude,
real mean
imagine
comments here.
doing that for the car tent stereo guy.
Oh,
Oh my god.
The comments get to play in too.
You know what? I would take the first episode. I would let myself get roasted to set the standard. Like, don't be a chicken. Like, let's go. It's all in good fun. You know, Tom Brady got more exposure off of that than anything else. So I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Just
How did he get more exposure off a Comedy Central roast than winning all those Super Bowls?
bro, it was the
who
most.
watches football.
Yeah, not
Huh?
everybody watches football. I mean, that's the truth, dude. Everybody was watching that live comedy special, and it was insane.
It was funny.
Guys, get a hold of me. I've got you know what, Dad? You're out of here, dog. All right, boys, listen.
Love you,
Another
Brady.
amazing week of Days of Our Audio. Obviously, next week is going to be the brand new structuring of these live streams.
Yep.
If you like this is a small, unprofessional taste of
Rough
it.
draft.
Rough draft.
Yeah.
Next week is going to
Mhm.
be firing on all cylinders, and I'm super excited about it. Caden, where can we find you out on social media, dog?
You know it. Use code XBooming. Oh, my bad. Caden Petcher, XBooming on everything.
Hey, Roberto, where can we find you at, dog?
YouTube, Dramatic Sounds, or Facebook, just Robert Williams.
Heck yeah. Tyler, where can we find you at, dog?
I'm over in the TikTok world and YouTube as Basehead Mechanic.
If you guys are looking to want to get some marketing going on with some libertybaseshop.com stuff, and you're on TikTok and you got a following, reach out to my boy Tyler. He's our chief media
Hit me up.
executive. He's our chief media correspondent, and he's taking a peek at all that stuff. So reach out to our boy
Yes.
Tyler. And the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Blaine Hastings. Where can we find you at, buddy?
Right here. Mini Trucker 88. You could be the subscriber right after Kobe. You know what I mean? So
You could.
right here, Blaine Hastings Facebook.
Not to be confused with Mini
Blaine.
Trucker 69. Completely different platform. Do not get it twisted.
Don't
boys.
click that link if you're not by yourself.
Stay
And-
tuned. If you want some.
And don't pay $5.99 a month for the spicy content, okay? Don't do it. Alrighty, boys. Until next week at 7 p.m., we will see you then. Peace.